Okay, the residue you need to calculate only for pole, and you know how to calculate the pole. Obviously, I already have taught you how to calculate the pole. So say Z is equal to A, be any singularity, then only that will be a pole, or it may be what removable singularity, or it will be essential singularity, it may be your zeros. So you have a singularity, say Z equal to A, and that singularity is a pole. Okay, that singularity is a pole. And what is the order of the pole I have considered here? Suppose the order of the pole is what? Your M of a single valued function f(z), obviously. And then we are taking C1 be any circle of radius what? R. Then we are taking a circle C1 of radius R with center at Z is equal to A. Okay. Then what it will do? Which excludes all other singularities. What? So this will, so at Z is equal to A, because Z is equal to A is a singularity point, and then Z is equal to A, I am taking as the center of a circle with radius what? R. Then within that circle, there will be no other singularity other than what? Z is equal to A. So that's why it says that what? Which exclude all other singularity. Maybe the function fz may have other singularity, but if once you draw the circle with center at the singularity point, that is Z equal to A, and radius R, that means the radius of the circle is R, then all other singularity will be what? Outside of the circle. And inside the circle, there will be only one singularity, that is your what? Z is equal to A. Then fz is called what? Fz is called regular within the annulus region. That means what? Within the region is will be what? Region will be, I have drawn a circle here with center at what? Center at this one. And that is Z is equal to what? That is Z is equal to A. Center is A. And obviously the radius is what? The radius is what? R. So within that circle, there will be only one singularity, that is your Z is equal to A, and all other singularities are what? Outside of the circle. So I'm concentrating about this circle only. So yeah, so then the function fz is called what? Regular function. Okay. Hence, that is obviously this function fz will be what? Will be what? Regular within this region, and this region will be what? That is the what? Inside point, inner part, inner points of the circle, not the boundary point. I'm not taken because equality sign, I have not considered the equality sign. So this is the no boundary point, only the what? Inner points. Then by Lorentz series within this annulus region, fz will be what? Minus n equal to minus infinity to infinity. If you break into two parts, though, then it will be what? N equal to 0 to infinity. What? N is equal to what? 0 to minus infinity, and then what? N is equal to 0 to infinity. So two series will come. So if you remember the what? Your Lorentz series expansion, there are sum of two series. So that two series I have combined under one summation. That is what? That's why I have taken n equal to what? Minus infinity to infinity an z minus a whole to the power n. And what is an? An is equal to 1 upon twice pi I line integral over the circle C1 fz by z minus a whole to the power n plus 1 dz. This is the formula that you have already got. Now, if in particularly, if I'll put n is equal to minus 1, so let's see what you are getting. Just to put n equal to minus 1. So a minus 1 will be how much? 1 upon twice pi I line integral n is equal to what? Minus 1. So minus 1 plus 1, that will be 0. So z minus a to the power 0 is what? 1. So it will be what? Fz dz. So this you must have to know. A minus 1 is equal to 1 upon twice pi I line integral over C1 over the circle C1 fz dz. and the coefficient is a minus 1. This coefficient a minus 1 is called what? Your is called your residue of what? Residue of the function fz at the point what? Z equal to a. So this coefficient, this a minus 1 is called your what? Residue of the function fz at z equal to 1, z equal to a, because z equal to a is the pole of order what? M. Whatever with the order of the pole. Okay. Then there is a theorem, but just you need to see the statement of the theorem. If someone wants to go through the proof, they can go through that proof. The proof is given. It's just I am concentrating about the statement of the theorem. So what is that one? This theorem is what? Your Cauchy residue theorem or theorem of residues. Okay, so what is that one? It says that if you have a single valued function fz and that function fz is analytic inside and on a simple closed curve C. The curve fz is what? Analytic inside and on the closed curve C, except at a finite number of singularities. So there are some singularity point. No doubt the given function fz is what? Analytic within and on the boundary of the region, except at some finite points. So what are the finite points I have taken here? Z1, Z2, Z3, Zn. So suppose there are n number of points at which the given function fz is what? Not analytic. That means you are getting the singularity at these all points. Okay. Inside the circle C, which have residue. So at this point, if suppose these all are your pole, suppose these all singularities are your what? Pole. Then suppose if there is pole, so that means you will be able to find out its residue. So let us consider the residue for z is equal to z1 is your r1. The residue for z equal to z2, because these all are singularity point, and I have considered this, suppose these all singularity points are nothing but a pole. Okay, so then what I have done, I have found the residue for each of the singularity point. So say for z1, the say residue is suppose r1. For the point z2, suppose the residue is r2. For z3, residue is r3, and dot dot, and for zn, the residue is what? Rn. So we have got the residue for each of the singularity point within the circles, within this region what? C. Then Cauchy residue theorem states that the integration over this line, this region, that means this region C or this closed curve C of the function fz. So integration over line integral C of what? Of the function fz dz is equal to what? Is equal to 2 pi I into sum of all the residue. So what is the value of this line integral? The value of this line integral over this closed curve C is equal to what? 2 pi I into sum of all the residue. So this is your, that is theorem of residue, or that is your Cauchy residue theorem. The proof is also very simple. You can go through the proofs. So see, there are some points I have taken, and at these all points, the given function is not analytic. That means these are the singularity points. Then proof are very simple. You can go through that proof. Then the next part will be your calculation of residue. How to calculate the residue. Okay, that is very simple. Suppose fz is a function. That function is analytic inside and on the boundary of the simple closed curve what? C. Okay, that is your simple closed curve. Say this is a simple closed curve C. So it says that the function fz is analytic inside all points and on the boundary, except at what? except at some point, except at a pole of order n, except at a pole. Suppose that means this is a singularity point. So suppose this point, suppose this point, suppose this point, suppose this point, at this point, the function is not analytic. That means this point is what you, this point is what you, this point is a, this point is what? Is a singularity point. And I have considered this singularity point of what kind of singularity point? Suppose it is a pole. And what is a pole? And what is the order of the pole I have considered? I have considered the pole of order what? M. Okay, pole of order M. So suppose this is a simple closed curve C, and the function, this given function fz is analytic over what? Analytic within and on the boundary of the C, on the closed curve C, except at a pole. That means you are getting a singularity point inside the region C. So this point, so this point I have considered it is a singularity point. So what kind of singularity point it is? Suppose I have considered it is a pole of order what? M. Then, so once you have got the pole, so that means you will be able to calculate its residue. So then the residue of this pole of order M, and I have considered, suppose this point is Z is equal to A. I have for simplicity, I have considered this Z equal to what? A. This is a pole of order M. Then the residue of Fz at Z equal to A is given by what? That is what? A suffix minus 1 is equal to, at what point you are calculating the residue? At the point Z equal to A. So you have to take limit from Z to A. Z tends to what? A. Then the definition is what? 1 upon m minus 1 factorial. What is that one? 1 upon m minus 1 factorial into m minus 1th derivative with respect to what? With respect to Z of what? Of Z minus A whole to the power m into fz. So this is the, you can say as a formula or whatever you can say. Using this, you will be able to calculate the what? The residue of any point. Residue of not any point, residue of any pole of whatever with the order. Just simple. So A minus 1 is equal to what? Is equal to limit. And what limit will you have to take? You are calculating the residue at Z equal to A. So Z tends to A. 1 upon factorial m minus 1. Then m minus 1th derivative of Z minus A whole to the power m. And what is m? M is the order. M is the order, is the what? Is the order of the pole. So if suppose your order is 1, that means m is equal to 1, then what? If m is equal to 1, then your residue will be what? A minus 1 will be equal to what? Limit, this will remain as it is, limit Z tends to what? A, and 1 minus 1 0, the factorial 0 is what? 1, so this is 1, and this is what? 0, so this will be what? If m is equal to 1, if you are taking, so m minus 1 is 1 minus 1 0, so this will be the what? This there will be no derivative, so Z minus A, so this will be what? Z minus A into what? M is 1 into Fz. So you have to take, so this is the what? Residue for what? Simple pole. Simple pole means what? A pole of order 1. That is called simple pole. So A minus 1 equal to limit Z tends to A, Z minus A into Fz. So this is Fz. If M is equal to 2, that means second order. That means A minus 1 equal to limit Z tends to A, 1 upon 2 minus 1 factorial. And then it will be what? D to the power is what? 2 minus 1. Here 2 minus 1, 1. So that means first order derivative. Z minus A whole square into Fz. And you put the value of Fz. Whatever Fz is given, you need to put that one. Okay. So this uh, this expression you must know while calculating the residue. The proof is given. You can go through the proof. So already I told for a simple pole, if m equal to 1, so this is the formula. So these two formula, this is the general formula for calculating the residue of a pole, and this is what for simple pole. From here only we have got this one just by putting m is equal to 1. Now let us calculate the some residue of some function. Now see this one first. Fz is equal to what? Z upon Z minus 1 into Z plus 1 whole square. Calculate the residues. So before calculating the residue, you need to identify at what point you are getting pole and what will be the order of that pole. Because without knowing at what point you are getting pole and what will be the order of the pole, you won't be able to calculate the residue. So first step is what? You need to find out the what? Pole and what will be the order of that pole for the given function fz. So the simple way of calculating the pole is what? If it is given in this form, so what will do? Just you put denominator is equal to 0. So that is what? Z minus 1 into Z plus 1 whole square. Simple. Is equal to what? 0. So that means what? Product of these two term equal to 0 means either this equal to 0 or this equal to 0. If Z minus 1 is equal to 0, then this implies Z is equal to what here? Z is equal to 1. And how many 1 are there? Only 1. So Z equal to 1 is a simple pole. You got one pole. Then next, if this equal to 0, so Z plus 1 whole square is equal to 0. And that means Z plus 1 is equal to 0. And that implies Z is equal to what? Minus 1. But it is Z plus 1 whole square, no? So it will come how many times? It will come twice. That means Z is equal to minus 1 is also a pole, and the order of this pole will be what? Order of the pole will be what? 2. Because how many times that this minus 1 is coming? That is twice. So order of the pole is what? 2. So you have got two pole. One is Z is equal to 1, that is your simple pole, and another one is what? Z is equal to minus 1, which is a pole of order 2. So you need to calculate separately the residue for this, and then you need to calculate the residue for this pole. So first one is a simple pole. So let us find out the residue. So this is the definition of what? Simple pole. A minus 1 is equal to, at what point you are finding the residue? At Z equal to 1. So limit Z tends to 1. Z minus A means what? 1 into Fz. So Z minus 1 into Fz means what? Already given, that is Z upon Z minus 1 into Z plus 1 whole square. So this Z minus 1 and this Z minus 1 will cancel out. So limit Z tends to 1, Z by Z plus 1 whole square. So now you put the limit Z equal to 1 here. So 1 by 1 plus 1 whole square, that means what? 1 plus 1 whole square, that means 2 square, that is your 4. That means 1 upon 4. So the residue will be what? Your 1 upon 4. So you have got the residue as 1 upon 4. Next, we need to calculate the residue of the function at Z is equal to what? Minus 1. And this is a what? Z equal to minus 1 is a pole of order 2. Okay. So the general formula you need to apply here. The general formula. What is that one? A minus 1, limit Z tends to minus 1, 1 upon M minus 1 factorial. So here M is equal to what? M is equal to 2. Your, that is, formula will be what? A minus 1 is equal to A minus 1 is equal to what? 1 upon M minus 1 factorial into limit Z tends to A is the point, A is the pole. So that is what? Z minus a whole to the power what? So sorry, here it will be differentiation. Here it will be, sorry. Here d m minus 1 dz to the power m minus 1, then what? Z minus a whole to the power m into what? Fz, into Fz. This is the formula, is it now? So here m is equal to what here? Here m is equal to what? 2. So just you put 1 upon 2 minus 1, that is what? 1. So this one. Now limit dm minus 1. M is 2. So 2 minus 1 is 1. 2 minus 1. So dt is first order derivative. So dz of a is equal to what? A is equal to what? Your minus 1. So this becomes what? Z plus 1 whole to the power m is what? 2. So z plus 1 whole square into what is the fz? Fz is already given, that is z by z minus 1 into z plus 1 whole square. So see there, z plus 1 whole square and this z plus 1 whole square will cancel out. So what is left? Z. So d dz of z, first you need to calculate and then you need to put the limit. So what is the differentiation of z with respect to z? That is your what? 1. So 1 upon, and factorial 1 is 1. So 1 upon 1 is 1. And this derivative is what? 1. So ultimately this 1. And if you put the limit, so you'll get what? 1. So the residue will be what here? 1. So residue will be what? Your 1. Sorry. Just, oh no, sorry. The z minus 1 is there, no? I have not seen this z minus 1. So z by z minus 1. Z by z minus 1. So if you find the derivative of this z by z minus 1, so did something wrong? Just a minute. So this z plus 1 whole square will cancel out. So then you have to find the derivative of this one. So here some I have done mistake. Okay. Then here you need to find out, first you need to find out the derivative of what? Of z by z minus 1 first. So u by v first. So that will be how much? Can you tell me, anyone? So that will be what? Z minus 1 whole square. Then z minus 1 will be fixed. And differentiation of z will be 1. Then minus z will be fixed. Differentiation of z is 1. So z will cancel out. So minus 1 upon. So this will be minus 1 upon z minus 1 whole square. Okay. So this is wrong. I think something I have did wrong here. Now you put z equal to minus 1. So if you put z equal to minus 1 here, so minus 1 minus 1. So minus 2 whole square is what? 4. So that will be what? Minus 1 upon 4. So this will be minus 1 upon 4. Okay. So you make some correction here in your note. Okay. So this is minus 1 upon 4. This correction you need to do. Because your derivative is there now. So that part actually I have not done here. You need to find out the derivative of z by z minus 1. After finding, then you have to put this limit. Is that clear? I am mistaken that part. Okay. So let us do one more and then the rest you try by yourself. Find the residue of z square by z square plus a square at z equal to I into a. Okay. So very simple, that is obviously z equal to IA. That means if you find out what will be the pole, so simply you need to put the denominator equal to 0. So if you put denominator equal to 0, z plus a square equal to 0. So that means what? Z square is equal to what? Minus a square. And if you take the square root on both sides, so you'll get plus minus I into a. Okay. So there are two poles. One is z equal to ia is one pole and z equal to minus ia is another pole. So here it is already mentioned that you need to find out the what? Residue at this point. So no need to find out the, so here you don't need to find out the what is the pole, because the point is already given, the pole is given. And what is the order? Because z equals simply ia, so its order is 1 simply. So at z equal to ia, that is a simple pole. So you calculate the residue at z equal to ia, and that is a minus 1. Z tends to what? Ia. So z minus a, fz. So z minus ia into fz means what? Z square by z square plus a square. Okay. Then z square plus a square can be written as what? Z plus ia into z minus ia, because plus ia and minus ia are the roots of this z square plus a square. So that if you multiply, again you will get z square plus a square. So this z minus ia and this z minus ia will cancel out. You will get what? Z square by z plus ia. Now you, in place of z, you put ia here, and then you simplify it. You will get your residue. So ultimately the residue will be what? I into a by 2. Okay. Then you need to go through this all. Now here just first two lines I'm just explaining. Find the residue of this function fz equal to e to the power z into cosec square z at all points of its pole in the finite plane. Now here it is what? Fz equal to what? E to the power z into cosec square z. That means this can be written as e to the power z, and cosec square if you bring denominator, so this will be what? Sine square z. Okay, that means where you will get the pole, that means the value of z for which sine square z is equal to what? 0. Okay, that means what? Sine is equal to sine z equal to 0. That means for what value? That means for z equal to what? M pi. M is equal to what? 1, 2, 3, 4, dot, dot, dot. For all values of this, z equal to M pi. The pole is what? Z equal to what? M pi. So you got the pole. So this here, and sine square z. So its order is what? 2. So it's a double pole. So z equal to M pi is a pole of order what? 2. So at z equal to M pi, just I have calculated. So you can go through this one. You will understand that one. Okay, step by step. So just first you need to what? Write the residue formula a minus 1, limit z tends to M pi, and then it will be what? I have not written full. So 1 upon 2 minus 1 factorial, because m is 2 here. So that will be 1. So that I have not written. Then here it is what? First order derivative, because d to the power m minus 1. That means what? 2 minus 1, that is 1. That is your first order derivative. So dz. Then z minus a to the power m. So a is what? Your m pi. So z minus m pi whole to the power m. M is what? Your 2, because it's a double pole, into fz. Fz is what? E to the power z by sine square z. Simple. Then you differentiate this one. Then after that, you have to put this limit. And then at last, you will get the what? You will get the residue. So this is somewhat long process. So you can go through that one. So ultimately, you will get the what? The residue will be what? Your e to the power m pi. Okay. Okay. Can you tell me, anyone, what are the poles and what are their orders? How many poles are there? Can you tell me, anyone? Yes. Anyone, please? What are the poles available here in this function? Yes. Are you all sleeping? And what are the poles and what are their orders for this function fz? Huh? Arey Baba, simple, no? You need to put this equal to 0. So z is equal to -1. From this you will get z equal to -1. What is the power? That is 2. So it's a double pole. It's a double pole. Order is 2. So this is a pole of order 2. Next, this one, z square plus 4. So z square plus 4 equal to 0 means z square plus 2 square equal to 0. So z square plus 2 square is equal to 0. That means z is equal to what? Plus minus 2i. You will get, because z square equal to minus 2 square, and then if you take a square root, then z equal to plus minus 2i. So there are total 3 poles. One is z equal to -1, which is a double pole because their order is 2. And here z equal to twice I and minus 2 I. These are the simple pole. So you need to calculate at all these at each pole their residue. Okay. So use the formula, you will get the how to calculate the residue you can do. So here already I have calculated, so you can go through that one. Okay. So these are. So there are many problems like this already I have done. You can go through these all problems. You'll understand. Then the last part of this year, these are some statement. You can go through this statement. Was it Cauchy-Gauss theorem? That is what. Let Fz be analytic in a simply connected region or connected domain D, and let C be any closed continuous rectifiable curve in the region D. Then integration over C Fz is equal to what? 0. If you don't do this one, then it's also okay, no problem at all. These are some extension. You can go through this. And these are. Then the last part of your this will be integration around the unit circle. So how will you find out the integration around a unit circle? Okay. So this part we'll do now.